Guys, welcome back to the channel. Joined here by Roy Dog once again. We're over at Marsh Farm near, where's this near? Stonefield, near Stonefield, which isn't far from Saxmundham. It's quite a nice little venue here, but today we've got a bit of a special video going on. We're going to be having a bit, well, not a competition or as such, but Troy's going to be using like a cheap budget setup just to prove that you can catch just as much fish on really budget gear. I'll be using my normal gear, which obviously costs a bit more than what this Troy setup is, because just stuff I've built up through the years. Obviously we've both started with budget gear, haven't we? So this is what we're looking at for Troy Dog. So here, look at this bad boy here, look. So Fusion Expert. Damn. So how much would you say that rod was, Troy?
10 quid.
So yeah, you're looking at tenner for a rod. How much was your reel?
20 quid, something like that.
Yeah, 20 quid reel for, so you got what, 30 quid set up, 30 quid for rod and reel, which is fairly good if you just want to get into it and just get a bend, you know, start off. How much were your bite lamps, Troy?
Somewhere around 40-50 quid for the set of 3 bobbins.
So 40-50 quid for a set of 3 bobbins, and I'm getting some action. Bobbins and included and receivers, so you know you can literally set up with bare minimum, you know. So let's see how we get on. See you in a bit. Okay guys, so got the first little one in the net, well, in the holdall. What do you give us, about £2-3 pound? It's not massive. They go to a lot bigger in here, but at least we're off the mark. I had him literally down and literally up just off the end of my rods, just behind us in the rushes. So we'll put some carp care on this little fella. You can see where I hooked him in the old mouth. He's got a bit of a split there, so we'll stick some carp care on him, and we'll get him back. Because your rods are too high. That's where your fishing just out in the middle. Happy days, boy.
Drawn into his second one of the trip.
Yeah, I literally had a curve shank on this one. Had a couple of takes where sort of pulled it up, but nothing really connected. So I changed to a size 8 wide gape, and within a couple of minutes of it being out, I tore off and finally connected with something. So yeah, we'll have a look at this when we get it in. So here we go, fish number 2 out of the rushes again. Another little pasty. Have to get some potatoes or something to go with these pasties, I think. But yeah, so hopefully we get start getting through the bigger one soon, because yeah, just because I want something a bit better than this. So get the old carp care on the case again. Have a look where I've hooked him, just in the bottom of the lip. Straight on there, get on there, let's get him back. So we're now into fish number 3. I literally only just put this rod back out, so that's why we didn't really film much more. So all I literally done was put it out, had one bite of a sandwich, and that was golf again. But as you can see, we've got a lovely little pasty. So we've got to start getting through the bigger ones soon, because they're not really getting much bigger than this at the minute. But at least I'm ahead of Troy. So yeah, lovely little fish. So let's get this back, get my bait back where it went. So now I'm going to relocate my rod. If you look at the rushes, there's a bit of a V, like a little cutting in the rushes. So I'm fishing fairly tight, and all I'm doing is underarming it straight into that little bay. Boom, there you go. Feel it back. Get caught on the rushes, just like that. So after while I was making my rig up for, well, as you saw, I cast straight in the rushes and I lost my rig. So Troy's alarm's gone off and he's just had his skimmer
12mm pellet
on the old cheap gear. Luckily he's got his mat there before all you Karens start. But yeah, so that's on the old budget gear, so get up there.
Not bad.
You still catch on it.
Sean's in again.
After relocating the rig, after casting straight in the rushes, and then doing it about 3 or 4 times, finally got it out there. I think it's a little bit better, but it's not much better than the others.
Have a look at it on the bank.
So we finally got this one on the bank. It's a little bit better now. It's probably the best one so far today. But what would you give that, Troy?
About 4 or 5.
Yeah, so on the old pellets, boilies don't really do that well in here, to be fair. I mean, they might do if you just want one fish a day, but I'm just here for a bend in the rod, to be honest, have a bit of fun. So
to be fair, one good thing about these fish, I mean, look at them mouths, completely untouched. But yeah, right, let's get it back.
So as I was showing you before, I decided to cast straight in them rushes. There's like a little V, literally just here, and the rushes come out, and the wind, as you can see, is hacking in there. So what I'm doing is literally just sticking it in that V, sort of about there, yeah, put about 5 or 6 around it. Every time I get a bite or a run, put a few more in, you know, just fishing for one bite at a time. So yeah, just see how we get on. Here we go. So Troy decided to come and do a bit of stalking, and he's managed to stalk one out on the old budget gear. So yeah, we'll have to have a look at this one when it's on the bank. It looks a lot better than what the ones I've been having anyway, so looks like the old budget gear does work after all.
There you go, first carp of the session. Stalk down in the margin, nice little common.
On the old budget gear?
Yeah, budget
needs to get
gear.
some carp care on his old face, like he's got something there. So, but other than that, he's not a bad little carp, is he? Though, hold him up, Troy, properly. That's it.
That's it, pose for the picture there.
Nice one, well in, Troy.
Cheers, mate.
Right. Well, after the excitement of Troy's fish, I came back, got this rod out, and literally, as I was tightening up, literally roared off. So I wasn't quite expecting it, to be honest, but little pasty. So they're not bad little fish, to be fair. They're fun, bending the rod, you know, beats sitting there for days of it. Don't give much time, so not to sit on the bank for days on end. So yeah, we'll get some carp care on this little fella, and we'll send it back to where it come from. We're off on an adventure. Troy's going to go stalk a few more carp out, so yeah, we're on the prowl to see if we can find any. So we're back now from the little stalking sesh from the adventure. Troy didn't have anything, so come back to home base now where we started. and Troy's just lost one. I mean, the only thing I'm fishing with really, there's, like I said, little 12mm pellet, because everyone seems to use boilies in here, or you know, have to be 12, I reckon. But yeah, 12mm probably is borderline in here because the amount of bream and stuff in here. So just to get through the bream and get a chance to get a shot at the carp, you have to use sort of bigger baits. And that's it really, just sort of like, you know, half a handful of same size 12mm pellets around it, so it looks a bit more natural, rather than just having one pellet with a load of tiny little, you know, one 12mm with a load of little pellets around it, or some ground bait around it. Just a handful of pellets around it, and that'll do you. So yeah, let's hope for another bite. Troy, should we put a little wager on the next fish? No. What, say, a quid? Nah, he's not up for it. He knows he'll lose. So yeah, I'll catch up with you soon.
There we go, stalked another one out. Another beautiful looking common. Down in the shallows. Saw his tail come up, see the float go, and yeah, this little chap could have a hell of a fight. Right, let's get him back. That's where it came from.
Well then, Troy dog. Troy's into his third or fourth, I don't know what it is. Is it your third?
Yeah, I think third, yeah.
On the old budget gear. So let's see if we can get him in the net. I reckon I should poke at it, don't you, Troy?
Yeah.
Jab at it. Fucking hell, boy, I'm off as well. Look at that for a run, boy. He's in. We're both in, Troy. We'll catch up with you in a minute. So here we go. We got both our fish in finally. Mine's a little bit bigger. Mine's probably what would you give this?
Just pushing over £10, I reckon.
Just pushing over £10 maybe. What's yours?
£6, £7, something like
Yeah.
that.
So it's not very often we don't double up when we come together, as you'll see in our previous videos. But yeah, I think this is quite a good bombshell. We've still got what, hour left,
yeah.
So we'll see what else comes. But I'm not really expecting much better than this today, but I'm still happy. So yeah, thank you for watching anyway. So yeah, let's get these back, shall we?
Here we go. On off the surface. See him come up a few times just on the side of the reeds, and yeah, lured him into a little trap and got him.
Happy days, boy. There's a little bit of a split here, so but yeah, get his breath stinks, mate. Sorry about that. My breath stinks. Alright, let's get this one back again. So this was straight after our double up, so this must be the lucky hour, you know, the last sort of dying parts of, you know, fishing times. So because we've got to be off here at 7:30. I think it's 7:30 summertime, obviously, but I think in the future I might just come for the afternoon. I know I had a few this morning, but there was a massive dead spell sort of halfway through the day. But it's not a bad place to fish if you just want to bend in the rod and stuff like that. So happy days. Well in, Troy dog. So here we go. Troy's just managed to bag this one just as we're packing up.
10 or £11.
Martin's literally just left. He's a lovely bloke. We just sort of show him the place, and Troy's managed to bag this on that really cheap carp rod. So, and that handled it perfectly, didn't it? So
yep.
Just goes to show, basically, you don't have to go all out. You don't have to spend loads of money to get into fishing. £10 will get you a day out. So yeah, happy days. So we're going to call this the end of the video. If you like if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe a subscribe. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.